Bring it on, huh? Okay, we're live.
Yeah.
We're live. So what's up, everybody? My name is Marco. I'm a grateful, naturalized citizen to the United States of America, and Donald Trump's my president. With me, I have two great patriots, and you guys are like, you know that most of the Trump supporters are you guys' age, and they're women. They're
That's
the
good.
ones that get Trump elected. So you guys are the ones that move the movement. So, so you guys recently went to the Reno rally, and you've been to the first rallies. How was this rally different from the first ones in 2016?
Well, the people, the energy there was amazing. Everybody was so excited. I mean, no matter where. What before we were, I'm sure Angie. I didn't know Angie or you back then, but just by who we are now, we know we've been, supporting Trump from 2016. So, but the energy and the people, everybody's just like more. They're out there. They're no longer going to be silent. Before it was a silent majority. I do believe there is a silent majority still. However, I believe that most of the silent majority is speaking out right now.
I have a video, and I'm trying to find it here so I can show it. Where it's pretty crazy that there is there are people that are when they open the doors. I don't know if I sent it to you, Linda. I think I did.
I seen it. It was crazy.
Well, oh yeah, and you know what happened there, Marco? Angie was a little ways, and I already told Angie, no matter what, Angie, you go find your place. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna find something. Well, my water bottle that I take everywhere. They told me I could not take it in. TSA told me I could not take it in at all, even with empty with water. So I had to go back and put it against the fence. Thank God it was still there. So people had to leave chairs and stuff there. So and I believe everybody got their stuff back. And so when they put us right in there, I lost everybody. I did not know where Angie was at. I was by myself. And they opened the gates, and these people that are right there, they didn't wait in line like in the front like everybody else did. And that's where my family was at. My friends and family were right in the front. So they put me back a little more. I had no idea where Angie is. And when they opened the doors, it was it was crazy. I did not know. I had it one way and they had it closed. So I'm by myself, and you could do a lot more when you're by yourself. I got in there, and I'm looking around for my friends are with red "Make America Great Again" hats. Good luck with that one, right? Everybody had a "Make America." And what about red shirts? Everybody had a red shirt. So it was crazy. And I did find Veronica, and I said, "Is there anywhere?" She had a good seat. I said, "Is there anywhere I can sit?" And they said no. Well, there wasn't any. As I went by, Johnny Cadillac, he came to my rescue. He sees me and he went like this, like, there it is. I had a seat up there. So because I was by myself, I did not know where Angie was at. Thank God Angie found my family, or my family found her, and sat her there. So it was crazy. People could have got hurt, but people were just that excited. They had to get in there.
Angie, have you seen this excitement for a president? I know you've been in the game for a while.
Um, I was excited from 2016, and I saw the energy in his crowds. I seen it in all the angel moms, and I this Saturday was awesome. I was actually really shocked. Marco, trying to get into that section where the chairs were was like, oh my God, I have to get in. I have to get in. And it was like scary because everybody's pushing you and pushing you. And I had my walker with me. And I had like three ladies my age just faint from the heat and from the pushing and all that. And it's like, oh my God. All I kept praying, Lord, please help me get into the gate. Let me get into the gate. As soon as I got into the gate, you had to find a chair. And they said it right away. If you don't find a chair, you're out. That thank God, right away I ran into Linda's niece, and she had a chair for me. Thank God for that, you know. And like I said, God is good to me because after a while, from sitting there, Linda's other friend that was there, she actually invited Linda's niece, but she didn't want to go because she had her daughter. So I got to go and sit in the second row, right in front, and to me that was a blessing. The Lord wanted
Thank
me
you, Annette
there,
Martinez.
You
and
know,
yes, Annette Martinez.
and NBC did a few articles in 2016 in the beginning. They tried to make fun of us and that we had this messianic faith of Trump and that we had all this. But you know what? This guy has been so consistent. Like he has not lost that excitement. You know, on the contrary, I think there's more and more people because now I see a lot of young Latino, Hispanic, young Black people that are behind president, and it's just so exciting to see that.
It's very
You're
exciting.
absolutely right.
I see it in my son Ruben's friend.
People are just excited. They're excited, and it's more because you know how us Latinos are. We got a little fighting spirit, no matter what. It's more. Oh yeah, you think you're gonna tell us what to do? Wait, just you wait. So it's just within us. It's we were born with it. That's just the way it is. So I'm just very just the people uniting. Like I said, I have my niece, the one that was there, Jessica Briones Prieto. Jessica is she was a Trump supporter, but she doesn't get into it like me. She's just a Trump supporter. If you don't like it, that's too darn bad. Basically, that's her attitude. But to see her daughter there, to talk to my nephew, another nephew that said I wasn't sure where he stood, and at the end he says, "Go Trump." I thought it was great. So to see my family, because 99% of my family is against me. Only my sister Esmeralda is the only one that stood there, and then Jessica too. Um, but to see other family members, it is wonderful to see people opening up their eyes to what really is. And I get told this all the time. Don't I like that post right there because I got my Trump and I got my new California state necklace. So I like it like that, Marco. Te acabo de decir que lo dejes así.
Okay.
Parece que el típico esposo, ¿verdad? Que no hace caso.
Really,
And so one of the things is that now I see people when they tell me, and I am told this a lot, nobody listens. They're going to do what they want. There's only those few trolls that fight you. The rest are listening and they're paying attention. You know, I actually have out there on Facebook land I I give you $1,000 if you prove me wrong about the cages, who built them, who had the law put into them. Y todavía me dice la gente, you know, they're just saying, no, President Trump did. And I said, look it up to see who it is. I got $1,000 out there, and nobody has taken me up on it. So now that it's live now, let's see if they'll take me up on it. Who put the cages? Who put that law into? They're still blaming President. Can you believe it? They're still blaming President Trump that he separated the families when he removed the law. Tan tapados así están.
There's a tweet. Somebody put a tweet of you, and I think I retweeted out there. And it's let me see if I can find it, Linda, where you actually were interviewed, and you did talk about the 51 state. That was awesome that you were able to say it. Who interviewed you on that one?
It was Ryan what's her name? Kaylee's sister. McCanny, or what is? I'm sorry, I hate to mispronounce her name. Let me see. The one that's president, the one that speaks for President Trump, the blonde girl. That cute
Okay.
little. It was her sister that interviewed me. There I am. But President Trump also tweeted that one. That's on his Snapchat. He's also tweeted me my part by myself. Did you know
That's
that, Marcos?
awesome. Because you did talk to him directly. You did say, you know about us. And I felt so good for Paul Preston. And I felt good for all of you guys.
President is on cloud nine like I am. And I was, you know, I was absolutely blown away because they interviewed a lot of people that I was able to say, I truly do believe that this time the Latinos, uh, of course, the evangelicals, but it's not going to be 82% of evangelicals. I believe it's going to be in the 90% of evangelicals, the Latinos, Latinos slash Hispanics, and the blacks and the Asians. The Vietnamese are on fire right now. We come from the Bay Area. I know Angie's a little further, but she's right over the hill. Angie comes from a beautiful Monterey County, and but just to see right now what the Vietnamese are on
Can you
fire
hear?
for President Trump.
Can you hear us, Angie?
My phone rang and it went really low, the volume.
Oh, okay. You can come out and come back if you like, but
Okay, I'll do
okay.
that.
Right.
So, and it's really a beautiful thing just to see the Vietnamese are on fire for President Trump right now. They're so mad about all the closing of California. So right now, I'm telling you, the evangelicals, the Latinos, the blacks, and the Asians, we're going to put President Trump in office again. We are. We know what a great president he is. And President Trump is aware of New California, New California state. Everybody that tells me it's not going to happen is because they don't know. It is going to happen. And we're just waiting for it to happen. Right, Angie? About New California,
Yes,
is it going to happen or not?
I'm praying it happens. I see the excitement in the air. Yeah.
And President
Well,
Trump tweeted that one. He could have tweeted a lot. I talked to him and he tweeted it. They said, "What do you have to say to President Trump?" And he retweeted that. That's pretty good.
That is
because
good.
you did talk directly to him, and if he made a move on that, he's already listening, and that's just amazing. That's amazing for Paul. I felt so good for Paul, because I know how hard he's been working, and the all this the grievances. If anybody goes back and listens to those grievances, it's exactly what's going wrong with the country. What every state could use those grievances, not just California.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But California right now, people, since New California hasn't happened right now, let's talk about California. I see it turning a little purple, guys. I see it turning a little purple. People are
Yes,
excited. Did you
yes.
see the parades? People are everywhere for we're out in the Sacramento area. The other day when they had all the boats, all of the Sacramento River full of boats. This is California. I got a text from my stepdaughter, and she says, "And Linda, no, not Linda, that was my niece. My stepdaughter says, Linda, Discovery Bay loves Trump."
They did.
She says, "Huh?"
They did a boat party here at my backyard.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. My
I was having a
stepdaughter,
barbecue, and then the boats were going by. Hey, Trump! I was like, man.
yeah, my stepdaughter texts me. She says, Discovery Bay loves Trump, and she sent me all these pictures. She's out there. She's in that area. So she was on one of those boats with my stepdaughter.
Because
Hey,
I felt bad at one point. I felt bad because all those all those hit pieces they did against me, and Discovery Bay was out there, and and people were looking at me weird at one point. But now everybody's proud. My neighbors have flags, and so nobody's afraid to say they're Trump supporters now. Before you were afraid to put your flag out there if you were here in California, but now there is so many people that
but even if we say that, and nobody's afraid, the crazies are getting crazier too. Remember,
yes,
the crazies are getting the Antifa in Sacramento. It's thick. It's thick in Sacramento. They are then they just because I think that they're too close to, like for example, El Dorado County. It's a pretty conservative county. So is some of the other ones. So that's why they haven't gone crazy. I'm telling you, Antifa is thick in Sacramento. It's scary, but nothing that we cannot handle, right, guys?
well,
Nope.
the thing is that for a minute I was getting a little not scared but concerned because in the Bay Area, they have my pictures everywhere, along with other
Wanted.
patriots, as a wanted guy by Antifa. And it's a little close to home. And then there was a little bit of, all this riots in Oakland. I'm like, oh, shit. I
Yeah.
just, this guy might pay me a visit one of these days in Discovery Bay, but it's the name of the game. I mean, this guy, it seems that they're only good at nomás cuando tienen un montón, because individually they don't do anything.
That's what
They're mouth.
I didn't see any Antifa at the Trump rally. Did you see anything, Angie?
No, I didn't see anything.
No, and I think because Nevada, they would have been too stupid to go into the Trump rally. We were so pumped that I think I would have taken them on. That we were pumped. I mean, you're in the moment. Veronica kept saying that I'm in the moment, and I realized, you're in the moment to be. And President Trump, he plays it. He's a ham. He did his little dance. I have a clip of that, and he knows that we all go crazy over his silliness. And yesterday I said everything the left hates about him, I love. Everything, the way he's sarcastic, the way he just says things, how unpresidential, how the little dance, how he China and Pocahontas, the crowds go crazy, right, Angie?
Yes, they were going crazy. Yeah.
Can you imagine this enthusiasm that he generates even under this pandemic? Even and when they do the polls, I don't know if you guys know this, but somebody sent me a poll that they did on Hillary Clinton like 15 days before the election, and they told me that they knew she was gonna lose. And this polls, the questions that they asked these people, they asked stupid questions like, if there's an earthquake on election day, would you still vote?
What is your favorite color on election day?
Yeah, like if the aliens come, would you still vote? And the Trump supporters would answer yes on every single one, even if there was a hurricane, even if there was an earthquake. And the Hillary supporters, only like 75 said they would. So they already kind of knew that she was on like the 75%, and that was a great poll that I got to see. So right now, if you tell Trump supporters, would you still vote if you have to wear a mask and go in the pandemic? They would go. If they can go to a rally, they would go to vote. Nothing's going to stop a Trump supporter
Marco,
from
they
going
keep
to vote.
changing I thought it changed 3 times, but Veronica's more up to date on this. She says it changed twice. It doesn't matter. You know that you thought it was canceled, because that's what they have said. Well, it was canceled and moved into another one, and they still weren't for sure. We're going to have it there. But my idea was, even if they don't have this rally, we that are up there are going to have our own rally. That's what I thought. We still had it out there in hopes that that's what was going to happen. I really thought that it would happen no matter what. My gut feeling said yes, but we were willing to still go as patriots of all Northern California, and to go out there and meet up with Nevada. It was just, it was great. And the thing about it, being neighbors with Nevada, they were so welcoming to us Californians. They were so welcoming that that we feel them, because that Sisklock, or whatever his name is, that governor, parece primos de Gavin Newsom, because they say, hey, President Trump so much. It's like Nevada's governor wants to keep up with Gavin Newsom. Who's going to hate him more? He's bad. But guess what? We still had it. Vegas tore it up down south. We tore it up here. Hey, it couldn't get any better than that.
You know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking champurrado, and I made tamales for.
Hey, look at me.
September.
Happy 16 de septiembre. Felicidades a todos los mexicanos for Independence Day. Por eso es un poco güerita, because of Independence Day. Mi abuela tenía más español, era más española, but hey. So I'm wearing my Mexican top that I love and adore. I really do. Should be my uniform that I would wear when I went into when I will go at the airport with my Trump hat. I love that because it threw everybody off. A Mexican top with my Trump hat. But now I'm wearing it in honor of my heritage, of who I'm very proud of. Mis padres eran de México, mis abuelos también, y la familia de mi abuela vino de España y el abuelo de mi madre de Francia. Por eso son los diferentes colores, but I'm very proud of my heritage. And I think I'm going to have some mole. That's the way I celebrate every independence with mole. I love mole. And I'm very, like I said, congratulations to Mexico for doing their thing back then.
You know, actually, I've been doing a lot of prayer meditation. I've been helping my local priest with a lot of stuff.
I've seen them, Marco. Very good.
And there's, I've been talking to a couple of deacons from Mexico, and they told me about the history of Mexico. And if you knew how much impact has had the socialists in our country, they started earlier over there. They started in 1850, and they took over the school system. And the same thing that's going on here, it already happened in Mexico. So we can learn a lot. There's a lot more Mexicans that agree with Trump than people think.
You know, because we're hardworking people, we're family people. We believe in God. My God, that is what we're based on. That's what Trump is about. Is Trump a perfect man? No, but there's no perfect man but the Lord Jesus Christ. So who are we kidding? You know, I love that. I have that shirt too that my friend Elvira has too. Trump is my president. Jesus is my savior. Trump is my president. And I hate when people tell me Trump is you act like Trump is your God. If they compare God to Trump, they don't know who the Lord is. That's all I got to say. So you don't compare them. I just love our president. And of course, my savior is the Lord Jesus Christ, because without him, that's why Trump is going to win.
¿Usted es católica, Angie? ¿Usted es católica?
Yeah. Well,
¿Sí?
as a child, I was baptized a Catholic, but I go more with the Christians faith, you know.
Because
I
I'm
sometimes I feel like the Catholics only go to the church on Sunday and that's it, just to say they win on Sunday. But my husband, oh my God, soy católico, y me voy a morir católico, and he doesn't walk into the church. He doesn't walk into the church. The only time my husband goes to church is when somebody gets baptized.
No, the Catholic Church has been going on the Trump side lately. I mean, I'm seeing so many priests, so many people in the Catholic Church just there.
That is so good to hear.
That is because they already, you know, they're all for Trump now. I don't say much when I'm around, but
you not agree with what he's saying. Life, God, family. How can you not agree with that? I mean, you have to be real tapado, but not to agree with just your basic things of who us Latinos are. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about.
It's about our children and grandchildren's future. And we, like you said, the women of our age are the ones that are voting for Trump and love Trump. It's because we lived in the 60s and 70s and we know what they're going to lose if we lose Trump. We don't want to go into socialism.
Angie and I, being first generation, our parents were from Mexico. So we know where they came from. The stories are still fresh in our minds. My father and mother loved their country of Mexico, but they knew that the future was here for us. Or else, my dad told me that he would have stayed behind, because I'm telling you, you know, Mexico lindo y querido, that was my mom and dad's song. That was their song. It was tattooed to their heart. But to bring us here, knowing that they love their Mexico so much, what does that tell you?
Well, I learned a new word, and you guys can use it and learn about it. And I want to be using it on my speech, but it's called inculturation. So it's like integration, but where you respect the culture you come in, you respect, but you're proud of your heritage. but you don't impose your culture onto America, right?
That's my culture.
Right. So, and I think that you have been able to do that because you respect the law here, you respect the laws that you're for America first, but then you're also proud of your mole, of your, somebody says they like mole.
I could eat it 365 days of the year. I wish my mother was here. She made the best mole, and I like them both. The little picosito one and the little sweet one, so I like them both. It doesn't matter. Oaxaca, come on. Isn't it from Oaxaca or
so check this out. So you know who the first enculturation figure of America was La Virgen de Guadalupe, because La Virgen de Guadalupe, even though es de la religión católica, pero tenía todo en todo indígena.
Morenita.
Right. So that's an idea for us to understand that even though somos morenos, pero ya estamos aquí, we are American, right?
And how blessed are we? How blessed are we to be free to say that our culture is so wonderful and so rich, but we're Americans. How blessed can we be? I mean, to me, there's no, I just feel my blessings are just pouring all over me from everywhere. To be in the best country in the world and to have the blood that I have can't be any better.
Angie, I saw that your sister was recently putting some posts. How is your area? How is Trump? Because what Linda said that California might be going purple. Do you think that's going on? I mean, I see so many Trump supporters here in California. I mean,
I see them everywhere. I mean, like I told you, here locally, my son Ruben's friends are Trump supporters, and to me that was shocking. I see my other son Fernando's friends.
Where Angie comes from, Monterey County, you don't see that. And for Angie to be saying that, it means a lot. I think pay attention. Monterey County is like the Bay Area, but Angie, you're right next to it. It's a lot of liberals there. And for you to say that, that's beautiful.
Well,
I think it's great.
Where's the flags for Joe Biden? Have you seen
I haven't seen not one poster at all.
Well, I will tell you, I did when Ben was at the McAllen Airport the other day on Monday. There was all the Americans there to see President Trump, and there was, I think, 2 or 3 Biden Harris signs that the leftists were carrying. So that's why I did see those right there. That's it. Nobody has a sign. Nobody.
I guess in Vegas there was a rally of Latinos for Biden, and there was only like 4 cars that showed up. And they were, I mean, Latinos for Biden is real, and they're working out there, but they don't get their I mean, they're not there. They don't get that enthusiasm. They're not motivated.
They have no choice. They have no choice. When we went to that parade that they had the other day here in Sacramento, it started from Rockland, and it went into the Sacramento River and all that with the boats and all that. When we went over there, and there was some, we were in old Sacramento. People know old Sacramento. It's like a western little area. There was a group of police was a lot there, but so was Antifa. Antifa was everywhere in Sacramento, and so were idiots just yelling out things. But we walked by, and there was a few tables outside, and they were eating out there. And somebody yelled out, Biden Harris. And I just looked at them. It was hilarious. Really? That's the only time I heard somebody say that. But all of us are Trump, 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 Trump. And I hear one guy, Biden Harris. And I'm going, oh, you little lost soul.
Did you see the what her name said? She made a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake, but Kamala Harris, she said that the Harris administration was ready to be a help. but then she changed it to Biden-Harris administration. So it just slipped from her mouth, but she said Harris administration
Ooh, that's
first.
big.
And it's trending
I
on Twitter. It's going, I mean, that's really what's going on. It's a straw purchase. This is not a real deal. She's the one that wants to be the president. It's not even Biden. And I think Biden is here for the ride. He's
you
just there
know
for the ride. She said, I mean, it's as a Freudian in psychology. It's like when you really say what you slip from your mind. Like she said, the Harris administration.
I was watching last night the rally because when you're in it, when we're there, it was more of a you're like I said, you're in the moment. And I was watching part of it last night, and he's saying first we came into Reno, we drove 50 miles, and we're in Douglas County, we were in Washoe County. He's naming all these counties right there, so it wasn't a speech. I mean, I'm sure he's reading a speech as well. But what he's saying is, we drove into Reno, we drove 50 miles from there, and Reno is Washoe County. Reno, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right. But we went into Douglas County. But I'm thinking, look at President Trump, how sharp he is. That's not in his speech, because that was made right before he got there. The speech was, I'm sure, made earlier. I mean, I'm assuming, and you know what happens when you assume. But either way, I'm thinking, boy, he's sharp. He still knows where he's at. He knows he's going here. He knows he's going to that other county. He didn't sit there like Joe Biden can't even remember what state he's in. But Trump even knew counties. Not only did he never make a mistake that he was in Nevada, but he's knowing the counties of Nevada we were in. And I was very impressed as I watched that last night. I said, that's because he's all there. I'm sorry, guys. There's a hawk about this huge. It just flew in. Thank God my dogs are in. I'm talking. He just went down. The hawk must be about this big. I'm not kidding you. So I'm looking like, oh my God, it's going to take my hair or what, So sorry, I looked a little scary right now. But I'm telling you, President Trump is all there. He's a master chess player for a reason. And for his son to be a master chess player as a young guy, what does that tell you? Like you said, Marco, and I'm going to go back to this. He knew what I said on that interview. I said, President Trump, about New California. He picked that video to go on Snapchat and to go on his Twitter at the real Donald Trump. Me knowing, and of course, all the comments, I ain't going to happen. She's promoting Latinos for Trump. She's multi-promoting things. That's right. I'm multi-promoting being Americans and getting out of what we're living in now. Hello.
Is that what they said on the Twitter feed?
Yeah. Oh, good luck with that one. She's promoting everything. Promoted two things, but okay, whatever. But I'm thinking, that's all you got? Of all the things, that's all you got? But I thought, President Trump knows what he's doing. We're having our next convention in Fresno on I think the middle of October. I don't know the exact, I don't remember the exact date, 15th, 16th, or 13th, whatever those days are. After Miami, we're going to have that convention over there. And I thought, and we're going to have Candace Owens and Kirk, what's his name? Candace Owens, the other, Charlie Kirk. They're going to be there.
Wow. They're both going, huh?
It's happening, people. It really is. There's just too much. And for President Trump to pick that video and put it on his Twitter, it's big.
That is big.
It is a huge thing. He would not put it out there. And you know what gets me is that the media hasn't really grabbed for a reason, because they could be, I mean, that's important news. There is a big section of Californians that are just sick and tired of both sides. I mean, just
I say this over and over. The reason California is still blue is because of the Republicans. Because of they're stopping us, because those little Republicans are okay. Bias 100%. My favorite Republican in California is Devin Nunes. He's the only one that stands up for what is for we the people. The rest of them are making us promises and doing nothing for us. Okay, that is the truth. That's the way Linda Martinez Hanna feels about it. Okay, The reason California is still blue is because those rhinos that we have are too busy
Yes.
collecting theirs. And if they were just to do their job as Republicans that we voted for, we will be a little purple, even more reds, or even Democrats will be voting Republican for that reason. But they're the ones that are keeping us blue. We already know what the left is. The left is all they're demon rats to me. But the Republicans in California are keeping California blue. Just I say it all the time because they're the ones that are, as long as it's, I didn't see anything. Da, 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 da. When one of the best congressmen, that is Tom McClintock, my congressman. When I moved out here almost 13 years ago, I was so happy with Tom McClintock, and he's voting and he's talking about defunding the police. Shame on you, Tom McClintock. Shame on you. Out. We don't need you. Out of here.
You know,
He's changed a lot because he like that.
also, a guy in Florida told me, Marco, you guys in California, I mean, if you you guys have zero outreach in the Republican side with all those Mexican Americans that you have in California, which is so many. If you reach out to these people will turn the state red. But there's just
we will, and I'm telling you, speaking of Florida, I love Florida. I love Florida because they're so pro-America. The Latinos in Florida, all our Julios out there in the True Channel. I'm telling you guys, all of you, the Cubans, I didn't know anything really about Florida, just a lot of Cubans. But one thing about Cubans, they know what it's like to be in a communist and socialist country. And I think we need you, Florida. We need you. When I see those videos, I get chills because the Dominican Republicans, everybody, when I was up and down the street when we were there last year, and I went into the little stores to see all the Latinos from different Latin American countries, it was beautiful. Florida, we need you to stay strong. We are behind you. I love the people in Florida, the Latinos in Florida, because you guys are awesome. They're strong. They're not going to be wishy-washy like San Francisco.
Now, I created a new page, and I'm gonna try to grow it. It's called Mex Americans for Trump. Because I really want to get Mexican Americans to wake up here. But how do we do it? Angie, you've been here for a while. I mean, you've been here. Why aren't we? I mean, if we could just join together and do like the Cubans, I think. But for some reason, look, the GOP doesn't want it either because that's why we use Latinos. Why don't we? Nobody wants to use Mex. Nobody wants to even wake them up. They just want them there because if they do, it's gonna be big.
My family is involved in politics on the left side, the Democrats. And one of the things that it is still in us, and I say this a lot of my life, it is still in us. I mean, the Republicans hate the minorities and the poor. Well, guess what? I was both. So, of course, that's what they tell you. They hate you. The Democrats love you. They care for you. They're union. They want to make sure you get the best jobs. They're fighting for you. So that is put into us. So it is the hardest thing for Mexicans to vote outside the Democrat Party for whatever reason, because we're almost in chains of this. Our minds are completely, if I'm getting attacked from my own family, that I'm lost, that I'm misguided because I have my own opinion. They didn't know my father then, but my own cousins are telling me how lost I am. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but not one has ever watched anything of mine. Is that funny or what? Just because I am, and immediately, Mexicanos, how we are. A lot of Latinos, but I could only speak for who we are. We don't, if we think outside the box and how can you turn your back on your culture? I'm not turning my back on my culture. I'm an American in the best country in the world. But they don't want that. They want us to be still dependent because the Democrats are telling you, you get this free, you get that free. But Mexicans are not like that. But they follow it. Why? We Mexicans are hardworking. Angie lives in Monterey County. That's where you see all the strawberries and I mean, well, that's Santa Cruz, but I mean, that's where you see all the Mexicanos out there. They're picking in the fields. That's what I did when I came to California. We went out there, and if they only got to listen to what we really, as Republicans, stand for, they will open up their eyes. But they don't even go that far because they're in chains. Our minds are in chains that we cannot make a change for going red.
Well, that's gonna be our work here in California, and we need to work hard so that we can get. If we could get California to just go a little bit higher than usual in the red,
And
I
it's
think.
happening. So we just have to encourage it daily. It is happening little by little by
It's
little.
happening. People are
It is
waking
happening.
up. Yeah,
So when
I
Angie's
believe that.
telling me that her
The only thing
son,
that scares me is the voter fraud, woman. That's the only thing that scares me is their voter fraud. I think we have like Trump said, a lot of illegitimate uh, leaders out there because they cheated to get to where they're at. I don't care what they say. I know there was a lot of
that's
voter
all that,
fraud.
that's
I
it.
see it. I
That's it.
see it. Yeah.
So they say that hardworking families, they need to go to Twitter. Yeah, the thing is, Latinos don't do Twitter. uh, the mainstream media is lying to them. We go back to the same Univision and Telemundo. They have him on. They have kidnapped them. They have him.
And
But they're waking up.
I think deep inside there's going to be a silent majority around there. I really do. Not everybody's going to be saying what Jorge Ramos says. They might not say it out loud because that's their job to be going along with them. But I think inside people are doing their research. It's happening with just friends of mine. How many people are doing their research? So I know it's happening. I know it.
So, and also, I think that Latinos, like when 2016, we're always cautious because we have already been lied to. We have already been persecuted before. So it's hard. But when they see that, like you and me are out there, they feel that permission to also come forward. And I think that there's enough Latinos and Hispanics out there now saying we're for Trump, but now there's more that are coming out and saying, hey, we're for Trump. We are for Trump also.
Marco,
And
How can we not?
go ahead.
when I was at this event on Saturday, everybody that was around me in front and back on the sides, they were all Latinos and we were all from California. So that tells you a lot. And everywhere you looked, you saw Latinos everywhere. It wasn't just white people; it was Latinos, and I think we're ready. I think this to me is the sleeping giant. I've waited for this for a very long time, and I think they're finally waking up.
You're absolutely, and you know what? And again, because all three of us come from the Mexican culture, where I was not allowed to say this, but now I'm proud to say it. And people from the 60s and 70s know this, that Chicano movement. I was not allowed to say I was Chicana when I was a young girl. And now I absolutely love the idea. Somebody let my dogs out. Somebody, sorry. And but now I really see, this is my dog. I really do see that Chicano movement, people that were from our age, Angie, they're proud to say that there are Chicanos. The Vega family from Marysville, that family, they got pulled out of the line to be behind Trump. They got there late. They didn't. Four kids. It's Elvira and Delfino Vega. Man, those people are on fire, and they look like your typical Hispanic, and they have Chicanos for Trump. And that's not just happening here; it's happening everywhere. It's
if
happening
Trump
everywhere.
if Trump cracks that community of the Chicano movement, I think that's it. I think we're
Yes.
in, because that's the biggest opposition we had, the hardcore Chicano. And you know what? They're right, because um, it's their
That was
turn.
me in the 60s, 70s.
You guys had to endure things that we didn't. Like the newcomers. But you guys had to defend the floor back then, whatever happened. But now it's a new time, and we need to march with Trump. And if we can get those Chicanos to work with us, man, we're in.
Right. I'm there. I'm behind Angie, and you're behind us. We're all gonna do it side by side. We're gonna get us all in the front line, and we're gonna go out there. We're gonna go out there. So I tell you one thing, Angie has a little hard time walking, but I tell you that girl, she doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. I've gone to DC with her twice. We were in the humidity of DC. And Angie se estaba desmayando, poor thing. And we're still ready to go back out, right, Angie?
Yep.
She gets tired, but we're out there, and we're not going to give up, because our life depends on it. Really, our future. And,
guys,
my children's future, my grandchildren.
What do you guys think if we put an event together, something small in Sacramento?
Let's do it.
That sounds good to me.
Marco,
let's do it.
In mi casa, it's always be open too. I know it's a little hard, but look at what we had on August 1st. Almost 100 people here.
So, but let's not put like the thing is that I want to do something that brings everybody, because if we do just Latinos for Trump, it'll push some people out.
You're right. You're right. As proud as we are, I think we got that out of the way. But you're absolutely right. Let's get out there. I think that these parades, just seeing the American flags, are really, people are excited.
Wow, it's amazing.
I mean, you, from your backyard, Marco, you're seeing the boats go by. How exciting is that? For me to get a phone call, text from my stepdaughter and tell me Discovery Bay loves Trump. That to me is just, it does. We have to put something together. We do have to put something together, and we need to do it now.
Okay, so let's try to include Chicanos, because I think that is the toughest cookie to crack right there. At least that was my biggest opposition, because it's like Chicanos really had a hard time, and they need to be acknowledged, I think. And if you see that there's Chicanos for Trump now, we should capitalize on that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call up, like I said, Elvira and Delfino Vega, a young couple, and see what we can do, because they have their sign, Chicanos for Trump, and the whole family. They were picked out. They got there almost at the end, because they got 4 little ones. They got there at the end, and they stand out so much because they love America.
Oh yes, I did see the family.
They were here at my house.
Yes.
You know which one? Yeah.
Okay. Well, would they speak like 5 minutes? Would they say hi?
They're probably watching right now. Hi, Elvira. You're watching. Delfino, they're watching. They're big fans. Yeah, they're watching.
Great. Well, they're like, let's have him speak, and because that Chicano movement, we put that together here in California. I think that's the key.
They see, like I said, I wasn't allowed to say Chicana when I was younger. So Angie, and they know, he'll tell you things like Angie speaks of how it was. I mean, I got to California in 1967 from Texas, even though I was born here in 1960, but I still got to I got here. And just because my father was not with the Chicano movement, he didn't like the whole Pachuco stuff. And, he had to keep his little girls, that they were not going to be Pachucas or anything like that. But now that I see why they were doing this, it's an honor to know that I even got here. But those 2 young people, and Elvira is from Chicago. He's from around here. And, he ran the streets, and they both had lives that what they're doing now is the opposite of where they came from. But they know how much they love America, and they want their kids, and they're hardworking people. So, yes.
Wow, that's so okay. Let's put the date. And well, thank you, ladies. So I really think that Trump has way more support this time around. You guys agree with me? I mean,
100%.
Yes, I see it.
and why do you think they're saying that he is behind that the other guy is ahead? I mean, I
To
think
discourage us from voting.
Do you guys
Discourage us.
remember what happened in '04 when Bush and all of a sudden they put out there Gore won before California closed the polls? And then they said a few minutes later, oh, no, Gore didn't win. It's still, we haven't found out. Remember how they did that in '04? Well, when it was Gore and the chats and the blah, blah, blah and all that stuff. Thank you, Florida, again. But when this happened, my husband said what they try to do since California had not closed yet is discourage people to go from California to go out there and vote. They're trying to discourage us. Most of the people that I know from the Bay Area don't know any other Trump supporter but me. How puny is the little mind that I'm the only one that they know. But they're all, like I said, they sit around in a barbecue. Hey, Trump's an a-hole. Yeah, Trump's an a-hole. Yeah, Biden, go Biden. Yeah, go Biden. They don't go. So once you start talking and showing them that there is people just step by step of what Trump has done. I mean, like I said yesterday, they were still saying about the cages, Trump separating the kids. How long ago was that over with already?
And I think that only went on like 15 days. That operation, it was only like 15 days, and they just grabbed from that, and that they want to just.
But they're still believing it right now, Marco. How can this be? How can they have been so close-minded that not one person looked into it? I would have been embarrassed. Oops. That's what I would have said. I would have said, oops, but they didn't.
Because what I see that most of us, we support Trump, but it's not like we're against Biden so much. We just support Trump, and the people that are for Biden, they're just against Trump. But it's not that they support Biden.
Right there, 100%. That's exactly what it is. That's it. Because they cannot. Ben Bergquam asked when he was there with the people, not Antifa, but he was there with people that were for Biden. He said, "So what has he accomplished in the past 47 years?" And they said, he's been he's been in office. He goes, I know, 47 years. So what has he accomplished? Why he should be president? And the guy says, well, being a vice president, you don't really do much. And Ben said, okay, so what has he accomplished in 47 years? Nada.
Oh, the whole convention for him, it was all about praising Joe Biden as a person. What a great human being he has been, and that he has been through so much, and we have to feel sorry for all the struggles he had to go through. I mean, okay, yeah, but you're right. What has he accomplished? Besides, I mean, I've had a lot of struggles that I had in my life, but that doesn't qualify me to do very much, right? I mean, I have to show some, verify some ability to do the job. So you're right. Yeah, it's just it's hard. They can't itemize any accomplishments that are.
And the next comment will be F Trump. You're a racist. Okay, got it.
Okay, guys. So let's close in here. Well, thank you, and thank you for being out there. I know you guys, because I couldn't make it, but you guys work hard to do all this.
It was hard getting inside.
We're
Yeah.
talking about you, like, God, Marco, you should have been here with us, weren't we, Angie? Well, your ears
Yeah. Yeah. Your ears must have been ringing. Onta Marcos.
I should have been there, but hey, I'll be there on the next one. I'm getting you a new flag. I ordered some flags.
You owe me.
Because
You owe me.
I took her flag. I always take
again.
And the silk sticks, right?
And the silk sticks, yeah. So what do you think it's going to happen in the next month here? I know it's going to be the Hispanic Heritage Month. How are we going to make sure that? Because I really, to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you, I really feel that Mexican Americans are getting like pushed like to the side here. Like we're not, we're not being recognized as much.
Well, I think we're not recognized because of the reason that most of them don't put up a little fight. They're going to go along with a Democrat little program. So that's what happens. We're, again, I'm praising Florida because I just love their strength, you know.
Right.
In Florida,
Because they're doing something about it. But I think we have to show a little more support for Mexican Americans. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
That's it. That's absolutely right. We do. We understand. We understand how hard, because if it wasn't for the Mexicans that were here in the United States before a lot of others, you know, we opened up the roads, the doors for the Filipinos, for the Vietnamese, for everything. The Mexicans were here already. I mean, California, hello, Santa Ana, up the, you know, in Santa Rosa, you know, all of that stuff happened right here. And I think it's real important that we are fighters, but we need to understand that they need to understand we do not need to be led to the slaughter by a Democrat Party. We need to pay attention because we have it. We're smart. We're fighters. We're hardworking people. Stop going along with anything people say without doing your own research. That President Trump is for Mexican Americans, period. He is for us because he knows we, the Mexicans, have been here for many years, and some were even born when it was California and Texas and all that stuff. We're even born here, and we ourselves know that this is our country. This is the best country. We need to just stand up and fight. Fight as who we are.
Awesome.
If we lose America, we lose everything. There's nowhere to
Where do
go.
we go? Nowhere
Where
else
do
to
we
go.
go? There's nowhere to go
California.
if we lose America to socialism.
So New California, yay.
Yay.
So, okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Marco.
Thanks, Marco.
Hey, Marco, let's talk tonight. You, Jasmine, and I.
Okay.
About 8:39, okay? Tonight.
All right.